Welcome to the JAMODI Podcast, where we interview coaches and leaders to find out not just what they do, but how they do what they do. Becoming the best version of ourselves is JAMODI, just a matter of doing it. What daily habits set you up for success?
Well, I think that's different, I'm sure, for everyone. But I think there's things every day you have to do that you have to have passion for what you're doing. Every morning when you get up, you got to be excited about getting up. You got to have a daily plan, and you got to be organized. You got to understand that to be able to adapt when things change, throughout the day or whatever in regards to that. If it's practice, or, if you have a kid that might have an ankle injury or something like that, you have to kind of modify things. But as you go through your day, the things that you want to have people think about you to help you be successful is that you have to have a work ethic, and you have to have integrity, and you have to. One of the things that, as I've gotten older, and I think I've gotten better at it, I probably wasn't very good at it when I coached you because I was still growing as a coach. But I try to do a better job of lifting people up, and I think that's that stems from some of my faith and what I believe one of our roles is to try to lift people up when they may not be looking for it and they need it.
Just thinking back to how you were able to connect with us as players in such a strong way. I don't think I mean this, all the coaches I've had or been around, seeing someone connect individually with each player and have a relationship with them as strong as you. And so what were some of those things that that allowed you to, especially having such different players like you had, from me to Bracy to Darren, to some of those guys, like, how did you connect with all? What were some of the things that you looked for, or some strategies that you had?
Well, a lot of it is, I think you just have to have the ability to develop relationships, and you have to. And how you do that is you have the person that you're trying to have a relationship with you. They have to know that you're vested. They have to know that that you have concern for them, and not. I mean, for me as a coach, it was not just concern for them as a player. It was concern for them as a student. It was concern for them as growing to be a young man or a father or or a husband. And so I tried to make sure that they do that. I would do anything in the world for them that I could to help them be a success, and not just on the court. And so I think once kids know that there's a commitment there, and that you're not just interested in their playing time and trying to get them on the court, and so that they hey, if they score a lot of points, are they the only guy you care about? And so I think that was always, I don't know, I seem to have the ability to try to be able to reach players from different socioeconomic environments. Whether it's an urban setting, I've coached kids that were lower socioeconomically, and then I've coached kids that were upper middle class. And if you care about kids and they understand that you love them, then they're going to give you what they have, regardless of what their economic background is, that kind of thing, or environmental stuff.
I think one thing's really special about you is not just how you treat players and the relationship you have with them in the time that they're there with you, but also after they graduate. Because I think a lot of coaches would, if their former player was to call them, they would answer the phone and be available. But one thing that you've done, especially with me over the years, is you initiate a lot of conversation, either through a text, an encouraging text. You call and leave a voicemail just out of the blue. And every time it blows me away because of all the players that you've had and all the people that you've been in contact. And I know I'm not the only one that you do that with. The fact that you take the time to reach out to people that, like you said, I can't score for you anymore. It's just it's not happening. Right. So, but you still care. And that's really impressive.
Well, that's very kind of you to say. But I do want to tell you that you are the most important player in my life, and I never talk to any of them to the amount that I talk to you, or talk to them with such respect. So
did you hear that? Darren Williams,
take that
Bracy Wright, Jason Hammock.
Yeah, take that to heart. Take that to heart.
Yeah, Steve Houston, all you guys. I am the most no.
I feel like the people that I've had great relationships with as players, and some I have better and some that I don't, and some have reached out to me, and I've tried to make an effort to make sure that I've maintained that. I had a young man, I say a young man, he called me the other day to tell me that his son was playing in a lacrosse tournament down in Houston in a few weeks, and he would love to get together. And Matt, I coached him in 1982-83 as a freshman. As a sophomore in Plano, matter of fact. Yeah. And I have some kids that played for me in Plano that are literally I was just I guess 6 years older than them when I coached them. So yeah, I love the fact that I have relationships that are from former players like that, and like in any relationship, and I've tried to tell lots of people this, there's always somebody that works harder at it than the other one. And if you want to maintain that relationship, you have to be willing to reach out and not either not get a text back, or not get a text back really quick, or a phone call, return call. Sometimes, I call people and it's hard to believe that they don't want to talk to me. I'm a little stunned when it happens. But there's people that don't actually return my call, I'm sure, or text. But I just want people, some of my players and former coaches. I love the guys that I coached with. I love them like they're my family. And so I still try to reach out to those kids and make sure they know that I'll do anything for them, but give them a loan. That's it,
Thank you for checking out today's episode. Please take a moment to subscribe to this podcast, share it with your fellow coaches, and find us on social media for what's coming up next on the JAMODI Podcast. It's just a matter of doing it.